Tuesday, April 9th, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 2019. Guys, in this video, we're going to take a look at some very good examples of what appear to be crafts in the nighttime, and not only nighttime, but daytime sky as well. This first video was sent in by Steven. I've had it for about 2 weeks now, taken from southeast New Mexico. I'm going to zoom in real close here in a minute and take a look at some still images. It appears to be some sort of a triangle craft in the night sky. He filmed this for the better part of 5 minutes as it stayed generally in the same location, appearing to be floating, levitating, almost like an anti-gravity type of a vehicle. It does appear to be a triangle craft of some sort. When we zoom in close and get a real good look at this thing, you can see the lights are in a triangle shape. There appears to be a light in the center of this craft, but it doesn't seem to be moving forward or backwards. It's staying in the same general location. Here's another look at it here as we zoom in just a little bit closer. Now it appears to be more of a vertical or an inverted position. You'll see it turn side to side. At times it almost looks like it maybe turns upside down, does some sort of like maybe a roll maneuver. A really interesting, good video sent in by Steven from southeast New Mexico. There it looks more level, it's kind of leveled out, and then it'll turn again to the left, to the right, kind of back and forth, but it doesn't ever go anywhere. And these are not just independent floating lights, they are definitely attached to something. And when we zoom in, we can kind of see that they are very symmetrically positioned. They don't change with regard to their location, except moving around together in unison. Here we move in a little closer, and I've adjusted the color a little bit. That's why the lights look a little bit different color than they did earlier. I haven't adjusted the video in any way other than the lighting and the color. I do try to zoom in very, very closely, trying to get a look at possibly a structure of this thing, but these things are not meant to be seen, so it's very, very difficult to do that with the equipment that we do have, although sometimes we can manage to pull things forward quite a bit, but this was not one of those times. Obviously I can do some things with the lights, but as far as anything else, you just can't really see too much other than pretty distinct shape. Yes, it's a triangle shaped craft more than likely. Something's up there floating around or hovering in the same location. Here we zoom in a little closer and adjust the color. And I use some different filters here. In a couple of minutes you'll see some still images of different filters that I used and different adjustment techniques trying to pull forward the body of this thing. And again, it's very difficult, next to impossible to do without extremely specialized equipment that I don't have. But these things just aren't meant to be seen. And it did a very good job, other than the lights, of course, that appear to be on each point or each corner or 90-degree angle of this craft. Here's a slow motion look at this thing. Tried to zoom in as close as I could, as it is moving around a little bit, but not too much. But we zoom in really close, and that's the best we could do. Definitely looks like something triangular shaped. Not the first time we've seen something like this. These things have become quite common, especially within the last couple of years. We're seeing more and more of these things, pretty much on, at least me, on a weekly basis. I get, seems like on a weekly basis, an email or two or a half a dozen, it just depends, of somebody seeing these triangle shaped crafts somewhere around the world. Whether it be an outline of one, like this one here's a very unique example of one in a stationary position for a long time. And here's a good look at it here. I took a still shot from the video, adjusted the color heavily. That's why the lights are a different color right now. And I was just trying to pull any feature I could of the body forward. I've actually seen a craft like that myself, so I know they do exist. Right out here in southeast Phoenix, moving from east to west early in the morning around 5:30 a.m. And I did see the body of that thing just briefly, about 2.5 seconds, and it had lights on it just like that, and a light in the center just like that. So I know these things exist, but they are very elusive and very hard to see, and I don't think they're meant to be seen, to be honest with you. But this was a good video sent in by Steven from New Mexico. This is just a different format that I use, trying to pull forward any type of body features that I could manage, and couldn't pull any forward. But great video by Steven, appreciate it. Keep them coming, guys. I know these things are being seen all over the world. Seen them in London, Germany, all throughout Europe, the UK, all across the United States, different parts of the South Pacific, just pretty much everywhere, really. They are a common feature, an elusive common feature of our skies these days. What you were just looking at were still images from the original video. This next segment are fast forward images, and you can see this thing moving side to side in the fast forward phase. See that? You can see how it's turning left to right, right to left. These are fast forward views of the same video that I just showed you. Kind of gives you a little different look of what this thing's actually doing up there. And it's rotating right to left, left to right in the same general area. Not sure what it was doing there. Didn't seem to be moving in a forward motion, just side to side. There's a good look at it right there. You can tell it's a pretty good sized craft. Not exactly sure how far away he was from this thing, but there's an excellent look at it right there. Definitely some sort of a very unique flying machine. Much like this next video from Menifee, California. This was sent in by Melinda of some strange lights in the sky.
Look. There, I see it.
That they noticed on Saturday night around 11:30.
What the heck is going on?
That's them talking in the video as they're videoing these strange lights in the sky in Southern California.
Wow, right over. Look way over to the right.
I know, and then there's 3 more over here. This is in Menifee, California.
Did you get those ones?
Saturday night. Yes, I did.
And that structure right there, you can see there's a still image.
Can you zoom in at all?
There's blinking stationary lights that also have a triangle shape to them.
They flew over our house for about 10 minutes in formation.
I just received this video this morning.
We don't know why. And then
Here goes another spotlight one right there.
And there's another off in the distance as well.
What is going on?
So right there is a group of blinking stationary lights that are shaped like a triangle. The one on the left is the blinking lights that you're looking at now. The one on the right is from the video that I just showed you from New Mexico, right there. That's New Mexico, and that's what we're looking at right now in Menifee, California. So another good observation. These are from daytime skies. This is from Benjamin out of Kansas City, Missouri, of what appears to be, or at least an outline of, a triangle-shaped craft up in the clouds in broad daylight. This is a very good observation. He noticed this as he was driving down the freeway. Look at that. I simply put it in slow motion. I zoomed in just a little bit as he's driving down the road filming this triangle that got his attention as he's on his way home. Or maybe going to work. I'm not exactly sure which. But he had the presence of mind and noticed something unusual in the sky as he's driving down the road. Look at that thing. It's a perfect triangle. 90-degree angles, or near 90-degree angles, on all 3 corners. And it's just parked up in the sky. Great observation, Benjamin, from Kansas City, Missouri. Here's another example of a dark cloud that's shaped exactly like a triangle. Now, whether this is just a random cloud or not, don't know. If it is, it's highly coincidental because it's shaped just like that of a triangle. And that was sent in by Kundalina. And I've got one more example of a daytime observation coming up next right here. This was sent in by Kenneth from Bangkok. Almost looks like a pyramid in the sky. I invert the coloring right there just a little bit, and you can see it plain as day. That's why he took the photograph. Looks like yet another triangle in the sky in broad daylight, or at least the outline thereof. Seeing these things all over the world lately. So if you see any, guys, take a picture and send them in. We'll put them in a video. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there, guys.